want to make sure what I'm doing is good. Yeah. Okay, so this is the second gate.
Yes, mate?
You guys go this way a little bit anyway, you can see a little bit more. Anything you want to say, guys?
Oh man, you can see another vehicle coming down.
Oh my god, there is another vehicle coming. It's exactly Louis Theroux. They're coming for us, guys. I don't know if we're in trouble. Oh my god, he's flashing.
Is he?
Can you not see his big lights?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they can hear you. Going forward again. Oh, is it coming down here?
I've got my stompy boots on as well. Oh my god, here we go. And here that guy goes. We're all going. Yeah.
Adventure awaits.
Hey lad, oh my goodness. Ah! We're falling in.
How are you?
I'm going to put some bits down.
I got the right group today, I'm pretty sure. You guys are awesome. Tipping them would help, so.
Now our team is aligned. Let's dive right in. The Groom Lake Area 51 base is located in the Emigrant Valley, north of the Papoose Mountain Range, and south of the Groom Range near the western edge of Lincoln, Nevada, around 83 miles away from Las Vegas. It is home to a top-secret government research, development, and testing facility. Initially utilized as a testing site for the U-2 spy plane, the base later served as a testing ground for other renowned aircraft, including the Archangel 12, the SR-71 Blackbird, and the F-117 Nighthawk stealth fighter. The testing of new and classified military aircraft is likely the main reason for the association between Area 51 and UFOs, although stories from former workers and notable names such as Bob Lazar, W. Glenn Dennis, and Dan Burrish further fuel speculation as to what really goes on at the Groom Lake base. But like every mystery in this world, often there are mundane aspects to it which we tend to overlook, such as a commute. Here we check out Janet Airlines, the fleet responsible for transporting staff to Area 51.
So anyway, this is Janet, and one of the things I get on tour a lot is people say, well, Area 51 is empty, it's a big cover for something else. Let me just tell you, if it's a big cover for something else, they're not doing a good job. And let me just tell you, I go there a lot. It is not empty. And most of the time I go to the gates, and we go to two main ones today. There's no other car with us most of the time. 90% of the time, we're the only car. The other thing about it is if it was a big cover and they didn't have any employees, why do they have all these cars? But there's 18 planes throughout the day, 3 different shifts. Behind this, videopoker.com, which to me at this point,
It's all a ruse.
no, for real, I kind of question if it is, because when I've looked it up online, it's like a older website that looks like one of the free ones you made in the 90s. I'm like, so maybe I'll have somebody that actually works there, but I don't know, because what's weird to me is it's in the middle of this, because on the other side is the hangar. And even though this isn't federal land, it's private land, so if you cross that gate, they can still give you a ticket. If you cross the fence, you know what I mean, because this is owned by somebody. So they don't want a lot of people here. They act like it doesn't exist. Why is that in the middle?
Yeah.
And if you look, you got razor wire and stuff here too. On the other side, this blue building over there with the blue stripes.
Yeah.
That's actually a different entity. And when we go by it in a minute going out, you'll see it's actually even more sectioned off than here. If you watch in Vegas in the morning, you'll see them take off. In the afternoon, about 5 o'clock-ish, you'll see them come in. So they're not, you'll see them. You know what I mean? If you know what you're looking for. And it's a white with the red stripe. These cars are kind of blocking it right now. I was going to ask you if you want a picture, but I don't know if you're really going to get one or not.
No, we're all good, we're all good.
But it's a white with a red stripe down the middle. And I had an argument the other day, well, not a big argument, but I heard they got those from TWA when they closed their doors years ago. There used to be a W on the front. The one dude on tour, he read that it was like from a Chinese company. But either way, these are used planes. I don't think the red stripe means anything. There's all these theories online of what the red stripe means down the middle. I think it's just like they just left it on. Yeah. It's not like a racing stripe or anything. It doesn't do anything. The back of the plane doesn't have numbers on it, though, if you are able to see it and zoom in. And that's weird because even the president's planes have numbers on them. Every plane in the United States has a number system. They don't. They're the only planes that fly officially that anybody knows of that doesn't have the number system on them. I don't know if these guys are anybody of importance, to be honest with you. There might be once in a while, but when we head out of town, you won't really see it. It's behind the Speedway, but we have a Nellis Air Force Base. And when I go to Death Valley, we're going northeast out of town, northwest right out of town. Less than an hour, you have Creech Air Force Base, which has like the big drones, like the big plane drones. They do a lot of that there. A couple hours south, but by plane closer, you have Edwards Air Force Base, which partners, you know, and if you watch old sci-fi especially, they mention Edwards a lot. It partner with NASA and all these things. So my point is, if you have somebody of importance, they'll probably be flying out one of the Air Force bases. This might be just your grunt workers, because you need people cleaning bathrooms, you need people picking up trash, you need people doing dictation. You know, if you actually went to most of Area 51, it's probably a boring office. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cubicles, and you're not really going to see much. Let me go to the front. So it's called Janet. That's a nickname. It's not an official name for it, but they use it. And it's an acronym, and it breaks down to multiple things, but the one I know the best is just another non-existent terminal. So there's a couple more planes there if you see in the front, and this is their main entrance. When you go out there and see the buses that bus people, we're going to be in a town called Alamo. It's like an old school bus. It's white. You know, the windows are blacked out, but it's nothing that you would be like, oh my God, you know, like, I don't think they're advertising, you know what I mean? So they're just getting people in and out. Oh, is that one actually gonna move?
Looks like it's moving.
We'll see, because the runway's right behind it.
There he goes.
But they might also be just moving for a minute. I don't know if they're actually gonna take off or not.
It looks like it's moving quite quick anyway.
Yeah, but they might be
Jigging in a bit.
Yeah. What's funny is this guard every once in a while without, like, you know, with binoculars or something. I'm like, that's for show. We're not saying anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you guys want to wait or see it take off, or are you okay?
We've seen planes take off before in our lifetime, I'm pretty sure of it, but
Well, just
it's exciting to know that it's there.
Yeah,
and it could be going where we're
Because
going.
this store, I always say this, but for real, this store is more about what you don't see.
Yeah.
For real, when we go to the gates, they still hide from us. Like, they don't show their faces. When I drive by guards on the dirt roads going to the gates, they will have a blacked out window. They'll put this down. I've had them actually stop on the side of the road and put cardboard in front of their face. For real. So that's the weird stuff. Like, it doesn't say Area 51. It's not on the Nevada map, even though they admit it. You know, so if you Google Earth it, I don't know if you guys have, it used to black out. It shows it now. Like, it literally shows the buildings. You can zoom in, see the cars and everything. The reason why there's an Air Force base there in the first place is they're using that dry lake bed to land on. So in its infancy, it was a landing strip, you know.
Yeah, we're here on the road trip to Area 51. Will's getting himself caught up in his own glasses.
We're here to solve mysteries.
Yeah, we are. I know. There's so many cute things everywhere. Hot diggity dang. Area 51 snacks. We need alien snacks. The future is now.
We have a long drive ahead of us, so let's talk about the history of Area 51. Operations were disrupted in the late 1950s by another government program. The home of America's nuclear program took place only a few miles northwest of Groom Lake and would actively test there until 1992. The subsequent effects on the staff at Area 51 became evident in the months and years which followed.
Dave Crete was stationed there with the 4461st Security Police Unit from 1983 through 87, and also didn't realize the soil was contaminated with toxic materials.
The government said that they secured the area so that there would be no more spread of the contamination. The way they secured it was with a barbed wire fence. And we're talking about the alpha particles, which is spreading, is 2 to 3 microns. It takes 25,000 microns to make an inch. So it's a super tiny little thing. There's no, a 10-mile-an-hour breeze is blowing it wherever it wants to blow it.
Today, both men are dealing with health consequences they believe are directly caused by contamination.
There's 8 of us and 6 of us have tumors. I'm like, well, that just can't be normal. One of the 2 guys that didn't says, no, I don't, but my kid was born with a tumor.
So both Dave and Pomp say they get basic health care from the VA, but when it comes to getting help from exposure to contamination, they say the Department of Defense says these men were never there, meaning no compensation or benefits for them or their families.
The government's already admitted that they're related to people being uprange. Our issue is the government says, but you weren't there.
The aircraft was, but
Yeah,
you weren't.
the aircraft flew itself, guarded itself, fueled itself, parked itself.
Repaired itself.
That,
How does that make you feel?
it pisses me off.
It's disheartening and it's infuriating, that especially when, you know, our government, they won't take care of us.
Doesn't seem right that they're not taken care of.
Well, speaking of the nuclear stuff, they don't have to tell you that stuff. So we had a lot of nuclear testing out here in a lot of these towns out here. That could be even in your town. You know, if you look like any kind of nuclear at all, power plant or anything, there's theories of when they were doing nuclear testing, it went across even the world. You can have high levels of radiation. It's just they don't have to tell you it's Chernobyl. So I don't like to think about that stuff, but you could be living in areas that are probably still high.
The federal government detonated 921 nuclear warheads underground at the Nevada test site over 41 years, with some explosions as deep as 5,000 feet. The last tests were conducted in September 1992. The Radiation Exposure Compensation Act was passed in 1990 to compensate people for diseases caused by radiation exposure. But as we heard earlier, many have found it difficult to receive compensation. Let's have a look at something a little lighter as we approach the famous Extraterrestrial Highway sign. The state officially designated Route 375 as the Extraterrestrial Highway in 1996 due to the high levels of paranormal phenomenon which occurred in the area. The Extraterrestrial Highway is said to be one of the most paranormally active places in the country, and some say that ghosts and aliens have been spotted on the highway.
Just look at it. Yeah. I mean, they make it look like nothing's here. But I'll tell you a couple things, not to rub it in, but we don't usually see any kind of aircraft. But on this gate, probably like 50 times over the years, I have seen helicopters and they get close. See that dude looking at this?
I just saw a flash as well.
Oh, do they flash?
Yeah.
So yeah, one time, that's what I was saying. I think they might even hear you back there. Because one time I was telling that story about how the lady goes, there's nobody in there, and they moved and flashed their lights. And right as I said it, they flashed their lights. And I'm like, was he listening to me? Now, this right here, you guys see the warning sign with the yellow, that gate? That gate actually wasn't there when I first started. They put it in for Storm Ferry Area 51, so it's more of a showing gate. I have people touch it all the time and kind of walk up to it. I think they know the difference, but if you can help it, the actual physical line here is the white line in front of it. See the dotted line?
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay.
So that technically is the perimeter line. If you're over it and touching the gate, you're technically over the line. I think they know the difference because I have people step over accidentally, you know, a lot. They know the difference, but still be careful if you can stay on this side. The photography in area is prohibited. That's at all gates. And I wouldn't tell you to do anything illegal. You can take video and picture here all you want. You're on public land. They can't stop you. You're not breaking the law. Now, don't zoom into them. If you guys have something that zooms in like some of the new cameras do, don't zoom into the vehicle. They don't want their picture taken. One time, one crazy story I have, well, I hate that term, but I was up here and the dude had a zoom lens and he was zooming in and I just told him not to. And he goes, oh, I can see the two cards. And right as I was about to tell him to stop, there's supposed to be hidden microphones out here. I don't know where the voice came from, but they said, some voice said, stop taking my picture now. So they don't want their picture taken. They don't like it. That's another reason why I think they're listening and saying they can see you. This camera right here in front of us, it looks like Wally or E.T. or Johnny 5, depending on your reference points. That one actually moves sometimes. So if we go up here and Art's not here, it might move following us. It may not, but they have full control of that. The next gate we go to moves more. You see the razor wire? Be careful of it. People, I just say this stuff because people walk right up to it. And I'm like, razor wire doesn't just cut you, it grabs you. Like it cuts into you. So it will cut into you with a razor. So don't do, but if you look at it, it's pretty new looking. Now that is actually the perimeter line and it goes that way. So up here, you're fine, but eventually it disappears. And over here, you can see it disappear. So you guys see the left where the razor wire disappears? So the perimeter line doesn't. There are still like orange markers that designated a line and it goes at an angle. So I would not touch that hill at all. If you're on top of that hill, you're way over and you could be arrested. So I wouldn't mess with that one at all because if you look at it, if you're a quarter of the way up there, you're pretty much over the gate. Don't go over the gate. It's illegal.
No, it will stay legal. We'll stay legal. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm not getting a federal offense or a fine for you. You good?
Come here. This is crazy. Louis Theroux did it, and now we're doing it.
I'm sure Louis Theroux showed one of them.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Didn't he run up this hill? I'm pretty sure.
I walked up that hill. There wasn't a razor wire here. Then.
Yeah, I remember.
Like trying to tell him where it was.
Ooh.
And I have people walk over it a lot. You know what I mean? I think they know the difference. Just if you can't stay on this side. I think they know the difference of somebody like running and charging.
Yeah, for sure.
When this yellow wasn't here, I saw a lot of stupid videos of people like driving over it and getting arrested on purpose. There was one where a guy like did this wheelchair thing where he backed up all the way there. Oh, yeah. Like he was like, "Oh, I'm not doing anything," and they actually didn't even chase him. But at the end of the video, yeah, they got him at the end. The stupidest one is I saw a dude drive up here, and they get out with their rifles and are like, you know,
oh wow,
stop and blah blah blah. And he's laughing, but whoever was filming, they zoomed in, and the dude had kids in his car.
Oh no!
And I was like, okay, you just put him in the line of fire.
There's a limit, isn't there? You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. People are dumb. And to see what? Why would you want to ruin your life for nothing? They're not going to show you anything.
Yeah, like you said, the day people come here, this is probably like the best meet tourists halfway kind of place you can.
Yeah. Like Zak Bagans, a lot of his, like, I'm like, I don't know if you guys like him, but I watched one of his. Me off because I go to Death Valley, and one of my favorite stories there, we go to this little opera house. This lady in the 60s fell in love with it, and she did shows for nobody, and then she became famous, and it's got a little opera house. But when you go there, like, she believed it was haunted because they used to have like a old company there. They used to have and people died on the slab, so she used to put little matchstick crosses in the window. But she was a lovely person. She gave like all these people work. She took in adopted like animals. And when I watched his show, they tried to make her like evil and a witch. And I'm like,
really?
No.
Oh, that's unfair.
I'm like, no. They're like, oh my God, I can feel her. I'm like, it's dark. I'm like, why would it be dark? She was a lovely lady. Yeah, what was it?
The story that cloud kind of rolling.
Oh, dude. You know, a couple years ago I was here, and this guy goes, look at the clouds. It was like a perfect like disc shape, like 4 of them, and they were like right here. And I was like, uh-oh, they're hiding something. Okay,
yeah.
I know they don't control the sun, okay? I'm not saying that. But every time I come here, you see how it could be overcast, the light gets stronger. And the day that I was here with the YouTube group where we were here later, we're driving up this road, and all of a sudden we're surrounded. I could not see out of my mirror and my side mirror because of a light hitting it. And yeah, it is the end of the day. But what was weird is that happened right when they appeared. And when I got to the end and everybody dissipated in different directions, the light went away.
Weird.
And what I've heard from locals that come here at night is they say this is lit up. From what?
You're right.
Solar.
You're right.
Stations.
And I've heard that multiple times. Every time I say it, but every time I come to this gate, it's like all of a sudden we're lit by a light. You want some photos?
I can't believe I'm here.
Yeah.
Sure. Thank you so much.
The whole gang. Let's go, gang.
Does everyone have a photo in front of the vehicle as well?
Yeah.
Get everyone in, including Clayton. Clayton, you need to get in this one, man. Come on in. Come on in, buddy. Yeah, come on in. There we go. Come get in.
Yeah, get everybody in there.
What are y'all doing?
Wait, what's your shirt? Heat it up.
Beautiful.
Nice.
This is amazing.
What's your shirt?
Get removed to run to the base. That's what I said they were going to do.
Oh my God, can you remember that Facebook group? Yeah. They can't stop us all.
Oh yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, when we get back down the hill, can you get me a video of me now returning towards the gate?
you know it's just
We're here, guys.
so cool.
It's insane.
I feel like my heart's like racing.
We have just gone up a hill. Oh, who bipped at us? Was that the security or?
I'm gonna hope that was.
Did you not hear that car bip? Was that security?
Oh man, you can see another vehicle coming down.
Oh my God, there is another vehicle coming. It's exactly Louis Theroux. They're coming for us, guys.
Are we in trouble now?
I don't know if we're in trouble. Oh my God, he's flashing.
Is he?
Can you not see his big lights?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hurry up, bro. You in trouble or not?
I don't want to excite you, but we're having a true Louis Theroux. Another vehicle's on its way right now.
Finally showed up, has he?
Oh yeah, look at the dust.
They're cool, isn't they? That's a cool backdrop as well.
That's a great backdrop. Let's go Will in that so he looks all majestic.
Oh, that looks really cool.
Oh yeah. There it is.
No, that looks like a truck. That does look like a truck. Look at this truck. Oh, shit.
So it's not someone we know. How fun.
That's like a semi. That's weird that it's on this road. Are they gonna come up this road?
They're coming right for us.
It's the only road here.
Are they going to be coming in, you reckon? Or?
Yeah, they
I
got
don't know why
some.
he would be up here. That would be crazy. Oh, he's going a different way. There's probably a back road right there that connects.
Yeah, that's not the sort of thing you see.
You don't see that around here
What I was gonna
often,
say is
right?
I've never seen a semi here ever once. Not one
Right.
time. Because that other, oh no, he's going down this way.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's go
but see,
take
he
your
might
car
wait for us
out.
entering. He might wait for us. See how he stops? They don't enter and exit the gate when we're here. It's weird. That's what I'm saying. Every other base I've been to in the United States, and I haven't been to a lot, but I've been to Camp Pendleton. I've been by Wright-Patterson and places. You could see people behind the gate working. You know, they're not telling you what they're doing, and they'll take you out there, but they enter and exit when you're there. It's weird here. They don't do it when we're here. Sorry, buddy. I know you got to do a job, but I'm doing one too.
Yeah, we're all
sorry, dude. I didn't mean to block you
We're all
guys.
loading money here,
I
right?
didn't know there was going to be a truck. He's like, no, it could have been because he saw us.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not kidding. That second one, a lot of times there's like, it's not semis, but there'll be like a kind of bigger, medium-sized construction truck. That's why I say it a lot. That's what I'm saying. I think each gate has a different clearance a lot of times. That's why it's weird to see them there. But anyway, the second one, dude, when we go there, about 100 times I've done it, there's been a car that's come up and they will wait for us. And then when we leave, they kind of cover their face. And then in my rearview mirror, I can see them entering when we leave. They'll actually backtrack at the other one. I've had them like reverse because they were exiting as we pull up and they see us and they back up and then wait for us to leave. It's weird.
Cool, man.
He's probably going to turn on like one of the side roads.
Maybe this road.
Sorry, we'll go in a minute, but there's another tour after me. There's two of us. Oh, I think he can hear you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm sure your vehicles will log and everything.
One time I was here, and not to rub it in, but there was a helicopter, and I always see helicopters on this road when I see them. So they're in this area because the base is right over there. But anyway, one time it came over the hill, and I saw it before I heard it because they have stealth helicopters now, and that was freaky because helicopters were loud and that thing wasn't. But the one day you could hear them out here practicing, like they do a lot of training. So I turned to the guard who should not be able to hear me. And I said, "Hey, can you bring the helicopters and have them fly over?" And I thought I was just being stupid, but it flew over us twice. Ooh. And the dude, the pilot went like this as he went by real fast, and the other dude had a gun on us, which didn't freak me out, but I think he was like pointing and laughing.
Yeah.
And I got video of it, and I showed it for a good month and a half on tour. One day I went to look at it, it was gone. So it just disappeared off my phone. But the other weird one was when I was going down after the helicopter went, I went, "Thanks for that." And the guard he flashed his lights. And I said, "Are you responding to me?" And he flashed his lights again. So I'm pretty sure they can hear you.
Going forward again.
Is it coming down here?
Good I'm not being chased, guys. There's no way I'd be able to get down here fast. I've got my stompy boots on as well. Every rock I'm standing on is going, whoa, whoa. See, that's what's been happening to me. I've been skidding all the way down.
The bizarre landscape is noticed by our team, and Bo adds another lesser-known conspiracy into the mix.
Only 300 meters away from the military base, that's where they were doing all of the, they had these REMs, and as they were burning it, it was releasing all these toxic gases and stuff onto the military base. All the fallout has gone.
Oh yeah, the wind's taking it across.
All the way out here, yeah.
In the 1980s, the F-117 Nighthawk is developed at Area 51, and the level of secrecy towards it is comparable to that of the Manhattan Project. The plane was made up of various radar-absorbing materials. The waste from this was destroyed in weekly burn pits, which were within 300 yards of the base population. These waste drums contained carbon fiber, resin, and sealants, which were incredibly hazardous when burned. Each burn lasted 24 hours, occurred twice a week over a 3-year period. Toxic waste leached into the soil, and countless staff were subjected to the toxic fumes regularly. The effects of this could not be officially investigated, though, as in 1995, President Clinton signed a determination which stated that the area near Groom Lake, Nevada, is exempt from all federal, state, interstate, or local hazardous laws that might require the disclosure of classified information. Ecosystems affected. staff developing health issues without any recompense or acknowledgement, all in the name of protecting national security.
Bloody Clinton.
Star Wars. Yeah, guys, if you guys are okay, I don't want to rush you, but you guys okay?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, absolutely, man. Landscape is insane. So there's the road. There it is. We still don't understand why there was a massive truck coming towards the base. That still confuses us a little bit. Our tour guide's never actually seen that before. So it's kind of cool to know that we've done something that was new for him as well. What's going on over here? Not a lot. Phew, now there is. Look at that. The crew. Eerily quiet. And I mean eerily quiet. Insanely so. Let's get Lottie in the back here while she's doing this.
So I'm doing a panoramic, so just don't move too much. Panoramic.
I'm trying not to move because we're doing a panoramic. There's someone trucking away over there. You see the dust cloud?
Awesome. Get along the road.
You know what it was? We pissed off security so much. They thought, we need to take it out on somebody that just blew up that truck. Can you imagine?
So, yeah, taking out our naughty tourist quota for this.
That's it. Well, at least we got away with it, right? Ooh, what have we found?
You're in the middle of nowhere, you get trashed.
A little bit of trash. Yeah, what is he giggling at?
Thanks for his panoramic. Lottie's moved partway through, so like Lottie's. He just popped her off.
There we go. Oh yeah, that's amazing and terrifying.
Besides needs to pee.
Yeah,
our man needs. All of our men need to pee.
It's the government. It's the government that make you need to pee, so you leave.
And it makes men cringe. Yeah, can you remember that alien resistance movement, man? And it's like, oh no, the men are cringing. Oh no.
Hateful people that rape, molest, steal children, terrorize lives, and make men cringe. They make men soil themselves, and these are no people to be respected.
Powerful words there. Next, we visit the location of the Black Mailbox, a site commonly used as a gathering place for UFO seekers. 2 to 3 UFO sightings allegedly occur in the area every week. Unfortunately, the actual mailbox was repeatedly vandalized and stolen. It has been replaced many times at the cost of the owner.
Dude, he spent money on mailboxes just for our pictures. And 9 years of us doing tours here, 4 of those years had no mailbox at all. And in the 5 years there was a mailbox here, I've seen at least 15 mailboxes. So that dude has probably spent hundreds if not thousands of dollars on mailboxes just for our pictures. You know, and people still mess with it. Like, stop! So anyway, it's not there. I didn't think it was. So this is where it sits. There was a pole. And unfortunately, somebody took it. So even the pole's not here. They were talking about putting one up. I know there's a mailbox at Little L Inn if you want to, because some people leave, like, you know, they want to leave a message. You can do that. And I think when I've been talking to locals, they're going to put one up here, but they're going to put, like, traps and, like, you know, GPS on it and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Don't blame them.
It just sucks that people mess with it. Now, if you guys know anything about Bob Lazar, that guy full on, his story has never been disproved. Every year something gets more and more true on his story. So not everything about Bob Lazar do I love. He got arrested a couple years ago for running an illegal brothel.
Oh, wow.
So not everything
Goes hand in
about
hand
the
with
dude I
being a
love.
UFO specialist.
But when it comes to this stuff, he knows something. And I believe his story more and more every year. Now, if you watch anything about it, he used to live in the area. Art Bell, who used to do a national syndicated, broke a lot of these stories back in the 70s, 80s, more 90s. Died several years back. They used to live in the area. I don't know of anybody UFO related now that lives here, but the ones that did, and back in the day, they used to run tours themselves. And this is one of the spots they would sit at a lot because the base is right over there. At night, people see hovering right here. So if you ever watch anything on Bob Lazar, any of those guys, and they talk about places they take them, this is one of the spots.
Oh, sweet.
So,
Thank you for showing it. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, okay, so Bob Lazar said he was in a craft. He knew it was from another planet immediately. He said when they reverse engineered it, they figured out that it moved through space with like anti-gravity and creating gravitational force in front of it. He said it was made out of an element that wasn't from this planet called element 115. not exist in the 80s, it does now.
Oh.
Now, who knows where it came from? It may not even be the same one, but there is an element called that now. But the other thing is, okay, so did you guys watch any of that a couple years ago? In our Congress, for several days, had a congressional hearing about UFOs or UFOs?
Did see a bit of that.
Did you mention it? Okay, so the crazy one for me, you know, I think, I don't get into that, but I think we've had presidents lie under oath on Congress, but you don't want to. If you get caught, that's treason. So you really don't want to lie under oath if you can help it. So anyway, who knows if this guy's telling the truth or not? But there was a dude, and I'm bad with names, I'm bad with, you know, what he was, but he was a guy talking from the government and for the military side.
Oh, right.
So the Congress people, when they were interviewing him, what he said under oath was, our government for years now, is how he put it, has a craft that they believe is from another planet in their possession. He said that it has biological material in it that they believe is from another planet. When the lady asked him what he meant by that and can he expound upon that and did he mean body, he said, I can't confirm or deny that, which to me means yes. He also said that they reverse engineered it because they couldn't figure out how it moved. When they did, it moved through space with anti-gravity and creating gravitational force around it, and directly in front of it. That's all stuff Bob Lazar said in the 80s, and the government's been saying he's crazy for years. They literally said it under oath, but also step back and just think of what they just said. Yeah. Under oath, they said we have a UFO with an alien in it. So people say have aliens made it here. Our government said it was true a couple years ago. And it did not make national news, but go back and listen to what that dude said. That's what he said.
At yesterday's hearing, ex-government and military officials suggested that may be the case, that there are intelligent beings that live off of the planet. Witness testimony included a range of stories related to UFOs and UAPs, which stands for Unidentified Anomalous Phenomenon. One former Navy admiral said that he had confirmation of them in 2015 when he remembers getting an email from U.S. Fleet Force Command. The video showed a flying object by a Navy aircraft doing exercises, noting that there were several near mid-air collisions. The next day, he said the email mysteriously disappeared from his and others' accounts. No explanation was ever provided from another Defense Department official, and they claimed that the U.S. and its adversaries were hiding away UAP technologies. Take a listen to what he had to say.
UAP are real. Advanced technologies not made by our government or any other government are monitoring sensitive military installations around the globe. I believe we are in the midst of a multi-decade secretive arms race, one funded by misallocated taxpayer dollars and hidden from our elected representatives and oversight bodies.
Now, this witness urged the new Trump administration to have more transparency, saying that he believes that Americans can handle the truth. Now, we've reached out to the Pentagon for comment, but we've not heard back.
Fascinating information to digest there. If you want to deep dive into even more cases and stories, the CIA released declassified documents which you can read freely on their website. It's important that the CIA are being more open and taking accountability here. We cannot dismiss UFO or UAP claims, as they've been documented since the 1960s. Before we reach the second gate, our team visit the Little A. Lee Inn in Rachel, Nevada, a hotspot for alien and UFO enthusiasts alike. It's a genuinely warm and inviting place. Everyone was happy to share their story.
Yeah, let's talk about cattle mutilation, guys.
Although, not every story was a positive one.
Have you asked the Louis Theroux question?
Yeah,
Did you ask?
Not
the same
me.
gentleman.
Not you.
Not me.
Yeah.
You told me the story about Paul, right?
Oh no, I've not heard this.
While the producer and director were working out a deal with the owners to film that one scene here, set designer went around with a video camera, videoed everything inside and out. They copied all the graffiti on an abandoned building outside of Las Vegas, Mexico.
No, they did not.
So they didn't actually shoot it here, they just duplicated it.
They duplicated it, filmed it all down there, and stiffed everybody.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so unfair.
Oh, yeah.
I'm surprised you got the poster up there.
No, I'm just waiting for one of those guys to come walking through the door because I play the movie all the time in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, oh, well, you're not paying copyrights. It's like, talk about that, man.
Yeah, good man.
So, like, you can take a picture. It says no photography. It's prohibited in the area, but you can photo that. You can do photos all over that. But they on the side of that.
So that's literally gauging the levels of radiation right
They just
now.
have to have it because of the location they're at. It's never probably anything dangerous, but
Okay.
But because you're by where because they were in the area over here, there's 2 of them.
Yeah, for sure.
That's why. So this shows all the like. Oh, that's it. This one's September, so they haven't done it in October yet.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
But see, I live in Henderson, or by it basically. So Henderson was what? Their max was 2758. Rachel was 25. We had 2 more. Henderson was higher radiation than Rachel was. Right, this is way up from you. Do you want to look at it? It's got, like,
I would actually love one of those.
Gamma radiation. Well, let's see what that level is. So Rachel was 18. Where I live, 16. Some of these are 19. I think it's the highest. Oh, here's 20. Which one's that one? Oh, Utah. Wow, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, the winds carried it over.
Of course, yeah.
So it was like, actually, do they have St. George on there? St. George was like the main town. Yeah, right here.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, actually, they're low, 14. Huh. Because that was one of the main areas that was raining on when it was.
Oh, hi! Hey!
Wasn't doing anything. Make a reservation, hang out for a couple days, man.
Yeah, hell yeah. Thank you so much. It's been great.
All right, cheers, guys.
No, thank you, buddy. Thank you.
So, as our visit comes to an end, we head towards a dry lake bed, similar to that within the Groom Lake base. The composition of the lake bed made an ideal strip for testing aircraft. It was smooth, offered excellent flying weather, and was remote, isolated away from civilian life.
And then I'm not sure why, but somebody left its shovel there, so those are the tours where if I don't like you, no, I'm just doing it. That's on my obsession here in a minute, and you guys will be doing it, I guarantee.
This is amazing. Look at this guy.
Pick up one of these like perfectly out of
Sounds like Squid Game.
You gotta like try to get one on the whole piece. You can't have it crack.
Oh, is he gonna do it?
No.
Oh,
No.
I messed up.
He failed. Who else is going to try?
Once I started it, you're gonna be like,
We're going to be obsessed, Clayton. You've started a new obsession with us all.
you gotta get the right piece.
This is the last stop on the
It's
tour.
all about the piece.
Let's have that. I'm going to
Oh, you did it.
Firmly.
Oh, no, good enough. I give you're the winner. You all just quit now.
That's it. Tom just, nailed it right
But
now.
then you had to throw it too after that.
Oh, yeah?
Ooh,
No. Yeah, no, this one's 2. But the problem is sometimes too, it depends on how much water's in it. You got it.
Oh, I did it again!
Now the next step is eat it. No, I'm just.
Yeah, you just got to.
How do you feel about your win today?
Frankly, I think I'm going to go far. I'm going to be taking this to the international.
Who do you attribute your success to today?
My mum for giving me my dainty fingers.
Not the Lord, baby Jesus.
Nah, Stalin maybe.
Stalin!
Just mixing it up. Don't post that. instant list.
Bro, you did.
Yeah,
I don't know if you guys believe it or not, but he you know, what I mean, like, I don't think he's following or she's following sports or whoever. Like,
If he is doing anything, I like to think he's focusing on something a bit more important.
yeah, like. Started. Yeah, it's like a discus.
Yeah, do it.
I don't do it.
Oh, not easy the best way, mate. Mine just crumbled immediately. Yours is beautiful.
I think that door or whatever it is, when it gets muddy here, because we would get stuck, but some of these guys have big, like, off-roading vehicles. They were dragging people through here.
Oh, yeah, right.
You know, like you were on the back and they were driving through on the mud. Which would be kind of fun.
Oh, heck yeah, it would.
Hello.
Yeah, it's like a door, I think. Because there used to be like rope on it.
Oh yeah.
not legal, but there's nobody out here. I don't know. As long as you're not hurting anybody. I just wish they pick up the trash.
Yeah.
I don't like the glass. I don't like that stuff. I don't care what you're doing having fun out here, but just pick it up.
Oh, for sure, friend, for sure. Oh.
There probably isn't too much wildlife. King of the hill.
King of the hill.
Slow one. No, just.
I got you, but you're so zoomed in. it's almost unfair how zoomed in it was.
Shenanigans aside, let's crack onto the second gate at Area 51.
Okay, so this is the second gate, and again, it looks way more official, but we're further away from the base. I just want to hear, guys, the stop sign. Stay on this side. Again, they have the photography area prohibited. You're fine, but stay on this side. The stop sign itself is actually the perimeter. So if you walk behind it, you're technically on there. It's not the second gate back there. I always joke they're trying to get you in. So if you guys see a $100 bill with a fishing line, they're like, come on. So that's another point. You know, if this is dead and empty and there's nothing here, why did they add a whole other entrance and several buildings back there? So they're still building here. This one has multiple cameras on it, so you can see. So that's about it. So the other thing, I don't know if you're gonna see it today because the other day the wind kind of buried it, and then they were going there, so I didn't get to check. But when they, arrest you, they do zip tie you. And over the years, most of the time I stop here, I noticed this a couple years ago, there's a bunch of zip ties here. So, and I'm pretty sure that's what that is. Because this one people find better, and people are dumb. So, are people getting arrested? Yes, people get arrested.
Nice.
Very cool.
This is very cool. Okay. Welcome to gate number 2. Yes, mate? Hey! Lads.
Actually, if you guys go this way a little bit anyway, you can see a little bit more. And I get it and I don't get it because I'm always, my people are always respectful. We don't do anything. And if you're doing it to scare me off, I'll come back every day. No. No, we don't do it too far because I don't know where the rest of that goes, but I just want to show you because there's a couple big buildings you can see back here. And no, I do not know what they are. And I actually don't want to know what they are, to be honest with you, because you're not supposed to know. Well, dude, and that's what you don't need the horn. I don't mess around because I don't want them thinking I know something that I don't. Yes. But here's why I think I was joking that it was for us and maybe it is, because they put those border up, but this side was open, and then I started coming over here more, and then they put that up, and I was like, oh, that's weird. So I don't know. I was like, am I changing it? Dude, there was no, I don't think that important, but it's just funny. I was here like a couple months ago. What was funny is when I got out, the stop sign was up, and the lady, I guess in the back, because you can't hear her sometimes with the bumps, she goes, why is the stop sign up? I go, ma'am, it's always up. As soon as I said that, the thing went, and then I was like, hey guys, that moves sometimes? It moved. Then when I came over here, there was other people, and the thing was on us. And I go, why are you looking at us? We're not doing anything. You should look at them. And as soon as I said that, it went to them. It was like following what I was saying. I was like, that's awesome. There's a bit though, you just get taken out.
It's a no-fly zone.
Yeah. It's a camera. Oh god, yeah, of course. They're testing it.
There's a guy inside with the drone headset on.
The other day, the lady hit a fly. I was like, dude, that's $1 million.
A bunch of scientists in the room just went, no.
No, and also I think as it fell, it was like, help me.
It's kind of prepared for it now. I'm prepared.
I don't know. We were even trying to get out there for I was trying to be nice even with the semi this morning, man. I don't try to be a jerk. Oh, another camera ran by. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Or a chipmunk? What was that? Ran by. That was a chipmunk or squirrel. You can't tell it here because the squirrels on the East Coast are big. Like squirrels are. Oh, yeah. The ones out here, they look like they have no tail. They almost look like chipmunks. So they're almost the same. Like they're both tiny, and like when you see them, you're like, that's a squirrel. So I don't know. I didn't see what it was. It was either chipmunk or squirrel. One of the two. What are the whole alien abduction thing? That's taboo. But I don't know, man. Like I don't write that subject off because, when people tell me about that, they do tell me about it on tour. They'll tell me outside of the vehicle. They're afraid to say it. So people think it's for attention. That's the wrong kind. And the number one, here's what I always bring up. I've been hearing this narrative recently. I don't think I invented the narrative, but just having the friends I have of different backgrounds and different cultures and ethnicities, when I thought about Betty and Barney Hill, you guys know that one? So that's like probably the most famous abduction case. Any movie where they're abducted out of a car is based on Betty and Barney Hill. So it's the first big American abduction case, but it's also probably the biggest abduction case that ever existed. And it happened in the 60s. And these guys had recalled memories of being taken out of their car. And there was movies, even the Travis Walt case, which is based on a real abduction case. A lot of that was actually Hollywood. They based it on the Betty and Barney Hill too. They pieced it together. So anyway, here's my thing. When they talked to Betty and Barney Hill about it, yeah, they sold books, but they also supposedly lost their job from it. Probably did. But the other thing is, when they talked to him, Betty would freely talk about it. Barney, it was like they were twisting his arm. So he didn't even want to talk about it. But here's the other thing. That was a black and white couple in the 60s. Even in states like New York, in America, you would be kicked out of your neighborhood for that. That was not okay back then. Even in the states that weren't highly prejudiced. So why would an African American couple and a white couple in the 60s want any kind of attention, let alone about aliens? They wouldn't.
Yeah, definitely.
So whatever they believed, they think it happened. They wouldn't have brought that out otherwise. Because, there were places in this country at that time that were still trying to lynch people for that. So there's no way they would have said that out. People say, oh, they made it up and they did it for attention. Now, again, wrong kind of attention, especially for that couple. But anyway, one of the beliefs on that one is that people now don't think that you're crazy or making it up, but people believe that, because there's certain things that affect you. When you have LSD or you have a seizure similar to, there's a part of your brain that LSD triggers, seizures trigger, where people see things that aren't necessarily there, but they're very real. So one of the beliefs that people have is okay, they're being triggered by something in the area. It causes an event with their brain. So they're not crazy, but they're going through something that's not really happening, and their brain's playing out that fantasy, and they feel like they're being controlled because they can't control their body. Okay, that's great, but I have something that goes against that. So a couple years ago, I'm doing a tour with 4 people. 3 of them are from Virginia. One of them is from Los Angeles, but originally from Japan. And she was a very quiet lady in front here. The other 3 probably talked more than I did. I know they were very... So anyway, we go to the diner, and the one lady goes, hey, I have abduction memories. And she goes, I want to talk about them. She goes, I actually thought I was crazy right away. I put myself in a mental institution, and they have released me. They released me within 24 hours. She goes, I went several times thinking something was wrong with me. They say that I'm fine. She goes, but I still have these memories, so I want to talk about it. So she starts talking about her memories. The lady from Japan started visibly shaking, scared. Now, before I said, hey, ma'am, are you okay? That's what the lady asked her. And she goes, am I bothering you? And the lady from Japan's like, no, I'm fine. And she goes, well, obviously something's bothering you. She goes, did this happen to you? And the lady goes, no. She goes, well, I'll stop talking about it. I'm going to go outside. I finished my meal. Sorry to bug you. I'm going to go outside and take pictures. So the 3 from Virginia leave, and that lady's alone with me in the diner. She starts shaking again. And I said, ma'am, are you okay? She goes, I lied to her. She goes, when I was a little girl in Japan, I remember there was a little gray man that would come in my room late at night, and he would take me on his ship. And she goes, he controlled me. I didn't like the memories of it. I don't want to talk about it, but thank you for listening. Now, when I talked to her guys later, she was from an isolated town in Japan where literally she didn't have books. She didn't even know what a movie was. She didn't even have a radio or anything. Her village was cut off from so how did she have recalled memories that millions of people mirror, and she had no media influencing them? Because a lot of people think when you have those events going on, you can't move, so your brain plays out the fantasy, and you've seen movies, and so it's playing out what you remember. But she had nothing that would have flavored that. So if she was telling me the truth, that goes against all that too. There was a lady I had from Puerto Rico one time, very quiet too, and she told me on the side of the group, because she didn't want to tell anybody, she told me that her husband was military. She moved to a military town, and as soon as she moved there, she started having dreams and memories of being abducted. And she went to the doctor, and he asked her, well, you have a metal piece in your brain. Did you have a surgery? And she said, no, I've never had surgery. So she doesn't know where that came from. She doesn't remember. Now, you can rationalize maybe she did have it, and that's what caused it. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I hear enough of those things. It's interesting.
Yeah. certain consistency to these kinds of events, isn't there, from all these different people?
Well, and the thing about that too is, okay, so like one of the theories is that's all mass hysteria. But here's the thing, you know, when they do anybody that sees a UFO or abduction, whatever, they always trivialize it. Usually, no, if you look it up, there's usually 20 to 100 people reporting the same thing in different backgrounds at the same time. Even the abductions, that happens a lot. You know, so why are all these people? And people say, well, it's close on a map, it's all mass hysteria. I believe in mass hysteria if you get people in like a stadium together. But how is it mass hysteria if they're 10, 20 miles away from each other, don't know each other, and they have the same memory? How is that mass hysteria?
Yeah.
It's hard to deny the existence of UFOs, especially with the constant development of advanced military aircraft. But with news of alien life hitting our TV screens away from Hollywood film sets, it's exciting to think that we are not alone in the universe. The mystery and secrecy around Area 51 brings a great sense of community to those who believe, resonating with people from all walks of life. We will never truly know what goes on behind the gates of Groom Lake or during paranormal events in the area. But if everyone keeps sharing their stories, we'll be closer than ever to finally figuring it out.
Oh shit, dog. A little bush tried to take me out.
Thank you, Pop.
You got a good one.
I'm gonna go for it.
Oh yeah, and you're like, and I'm like later I find out it's not true, and I'm like,
we need light. Yes. I can see why people come from all over the world to use this bathroom now. I can see it.
Silly.
Another movie over here. Venom?
No way.
Yeah, right here.
Right here. That's
right here.
We were sitting out here one day and two F-15s came around the building, not over it, around it, between the flagpole and the weather station.
I've done like health and safety. Risk assessment is not needed. There you are.
The cows.
the cows. Oh no.
Yeah,
No?
the cows.
Nah, yeah, it's not the one.
But they're all over the desert. Every tour I go on, they're there.
We're in Vegas. Come out here and hang out.
Hell yeah.
A lot of times it's like, why are these people in front of me? Why is there a school bus right now? There's no school. Anyway, and where's he going? And watch it. We'll turn by Janet, and you're like, what? But the other thing I kind of wonder, like, I used to laugh at it, but now I like looked into it and delved into it. We could be living in a simulation. So, school bus, truck, you know, you have to have all the codes that happen. Anyway, thanks for listening.
Let's roll down it. Terrible. There we go. I don't know if I'll use any of this footage for anything, but hey, you never know, right?
You never know.
We could all go missing and this could be like the final footage of all of us, so, you know, just in case.